The final thing you just said there, I think, is the most important thing. So whether it's to friends or family or to a professional, I think being able to talk about those sorts of stresses and the anxiety and the feelings that came with it, the mental health aspect that was unfortunately plugged in after the physical health diagnosis, I think is a real important part of it. Lee,
yes,
I think it might be your turn to say a few words, mate.
Perfect. Firstly, Jamie, again, I love the word journey because it's never ending. We just have to keep plodding along. And the thing that I took from that, I am that man that will take two ibuprofen and just go, next time, I'll do it next time. The one thing I took from your message after this, I'm only going to call the GP, and I'm 42 years old. I'm pretty physically fit, but I'm going to go and get the PSA. So I thank you for allowing me to do that. And I also took that Andy's going to run the London Marathon. I'm sure Andy said I'm going to. I'm sure I heard that. So, but no, look, Jamie, great journey, mate, and long may it continue. Let's just go back a bit on this. Again, I'm very, very open about my journey. I got diagnosed with PTSD 4.5 years ago. I've had it. I know I've had it for many, many years. And again, it goes back to I'm okay. I want to say that I'm okay, and I knew I wasn't. But as a man, and again, as a man who has, naturally, I want to be okay. I want to be physically fit. I want to be mentally fit. I couldn't allow people to see that I perceived myself as weak if there was something wrong with me mentally. And so I spent years hiding that, and again, alcohol was kind of my personal medicine. So just to go back on the story a bit, I joined the army at 16. I was what I call a toe rag through school. So I was expelled from schools. Violence was always a big part of my life, and again, both in the family household, outside, and through that, I had this view of the world, and again, it was all about that macho man. Joined the military, again, very institutionalized. I served in Iraq. I then spent 9 years in Iraq and Afghanistan, working as a private bodyguard consultant for the US government. Multiple things have happened, and I thought everything was okay. And then I moved into the industry, a fast paced, and again, 10, 12 years ago when I joined the industry, it was still the methodology or the method, work hard, play hard. And I could play the hardest, and again, alcohol for me hid everything. And alcohol was easy to blame, it's because I was pissed. It's because I was drunk. I won't do it again because I'm drunk. But the consequences of that, and again, the jobs that I've lost through alcohol, and again, I always thought it was the alcohol, but underlying that was my mental health, and again, as I mentioned, I was diagnosed with complex trauma, PTSD, and depression. And the only reason why that come about, again, was that someone in the industry, and I've said this before, Dylan Slaney, when I was at Light of Wonder, turned around and said, "Hey, mate, I think we need to get you some help." And it'd been very easy for another organisation just to go, "See you later, mate. You've caused trouble.